All right, let's see where the dice takes us today. Brazil. Nice. Let's head to Rio de Janeiro. Grab your favorite coloring supplies, get comfortable, and let's color together. And while we're bringing this page to life, I want to tell you a story. It's the story of a man who spent more than 20 years decorating a staircase. It sounds simple, but by the end of his life, that staircase had become one of the most famous places in all of Brazil. Imagine you're walking through Rio de Janeiro in the early 90s. It's a warm afternoon in Santa Teresa neighborhood. The streets are steep, colorful, and full of life. Music drifts out of an open window. People chat on their balconies, and tourists wander through the area without really knowing what they'll find around the next corner. There is one staircase that almost nobody pays attention to. It's old. Some of the steps are cracked, the walls are worn. To most people, it's just another staircase. But one person looks at it and sees something completely different. His name is Jorge Selarón. He wasn't born in Brazil, he was actually from Chile. But after years of traveling the world, he fell in love with Rio and decided to stay. Jorge wasn't the kind of person who liked doing ordinary things. He was an artist, a little eccentric, a little stubborn, the kind of person who becomes obsessed with an idea and simply refuses to let it go. One day, he noticed a damaged section of the staircase near his house. Instead of ignoring it, he bought a few blue tiles and repaired it himself. That was it. No grand plan, no dream of creating a tourist attraction, just a few tiles. But something interesting happened. Once those few tiles were in place, the rest of his staircase suddenly looked even older. So he replaced a few more, then a few more, then another section. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Eventually, decorating the staircase became his entire life. He sold his own paintings just to buy more tiles. Sometimes he barely had enough money to live, but somehow he always found enough to buy another tile. At first, some neighbors thought he had completely lost his mind. Why are you wasting your life on a staircase? Nobody cares. But Jorge didn't stop. In fact, the more people questioned him, the more determined he became. Then something unexpected happened. Travelers started noticing the staircase. Someone would visit Rio, see Jorge working, and hand him a ceramic tile from their own country. Then another visitor did the same. Then another. Before long, people from all around the world were mailing him tiles. Spain, Japan, South Africa, Canada, Italy, the United States. Little by little, the staircase became a collection of stories from every corner of the planet. Jorge loved that. He once said the project would only be finished on the day he died. Most artists finish a painting or a sculpture. Jorge chose something impossible to finish because every time he added a tile, he saw another place where one could go. Eventually, the staircase contained more than 2,000 tiles from over 60 countries. What had once been an ordinary staircase became one of the most recognizable places in Rio de Janeiro. People traveled across the world just to take a photo there. Movies were filmed there, music videos, travel documentaries. The staircase had become a symbol of the city. And Jorge? He was almost always there, usually covered in paint, working, talking to visitors, looking for the next empty space. Then, January 2013, everything changed. One morning, Jorge Selarón was found dead on the very staircase he had spent more than 20 years creating. The news shocked Brazil. There was a police investigation, and authorities concluded that he had likely taken his own life after struggling with depression. But because of the unusual circumstances, rumors and alternative theories spread for years afterwards. Even today, some visitors still wonder exactly what happened. Whether you believe the rumors or not, one thing is certain. His life's work survived him. Today, millions of people climb those colorful steps every year. Most of them take a picture. Some sit for a while. Some notice a tile from their own country. That very few know that the staircase exists because one artist looked at something broken and decided it was worth fixing. Not because anyone asked him to, not because he expected fame, just because he believed beauty was worth creating, one tile at a time. So if you ever find yourself in Rio de Janeiro and climb those famous steps, take a second before taking your photo. Look closely at the tiles, because somewhere among those 2,000 pieces of ceramic is the story of one man who never stopped creating. That's the end of the story. Thanks for coloring with me today, and I'll see you on our next journey.